Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football, and what a nice change to be talking about transfers. Now, rule one, you don't scout and buy players that play well in a World Cup or a Euros or a Copa America. So why are Arsenal bidding to bring in Calafiori from Bologna? Because he is definitely a player that most people had no idea about before the Euros and are now saying is the reincarnation of Paolo Maldini. Have Arsenal made a mistake here? Well, look, they're about to get this deal done. Chelsea, as ever, are swooping around, but Arsenal looking like they've got this deal done. Also got a few other transfer stories to talk to you about, as well as a big keeper heading to Saudi Arabia, and what does that mean? And who actually is going to sign a very good goalkeeper, Diego Costa of Porto, who I think it's well overdue a big move, and will he be coming to the Premier League? But let's fix in on Calafiori. Look, Arsenal do need to bring in defenders. Like, you know, left back is a situation. I don't know whether Calafiori would play there. Timber will be back this season. Ben White plays at right back. Gabriel and Saliba have been brilliant, but they do need more options. If you're going to take on Man City have got Diaz, they've got Stones, they've got Vardiel, they've got Akanji, they've got Aki, they've got options, and Arsenal are trying to compete with Man City. So the more I will not criticise Arsenal for spending money on players that are going to enhance their squad. I think the interesting thing about Calafiori is that, look, even I was saying this on the United Stand the other night. I know who Calafiori is, and I know who Xerxes is, and there's a lot of Bologna players playing in the Euros because they've had a fantastic season. I've grown up with Italian football. After Italia 90, it used to be on Channel 4. I even had the bloody Serie A Championship Manager game in the early 90s. I love Italian football, and I've always kept my eye on it. Since COVID, I don't watch it as much. I barely even catch the highlights. So I can't talk about these players with any great detail. And I find it funny that a lot of people suddenly do just because they've seen them in the Euros. You shouldn't be scouting players based on international football, full stop. It's slower. Their players don't play in systems that they're used to. It's not domestic football. But Calafiori is an up-and-coming quality player. And you've got to, I think in this case, there'll be a lot of people aware of him because of the Euros. But take away the Euros, I think Arsenal still make a move for him, because I think Arsenal's scouting is not going to be switching on the Euros with Edu and Arteta and going, oh, he looks good, let's get a bid in. They'll have been scouting him for a long period of time. Some Man United fans wanted us to buy Calafiori, and I said, but we've never been linked to Calafiori. You know, we haven't. We've not scouted him. We've not been looking at him. He's not a name that's been mentioned until the Euros. But I think in Arsenal's case, and knowing a lot about how they recruit, I mean, I was in a meeting, I did a show 18 months ago in January last year, with Spotify and Ben Foster, and there was a lot of people at the after party, and I was actually talking to somebody who worked at Arsenal about the scouting system when we were talking about, I mean, they weren't giving secrets away, but they were talking about Brighton and how Brighton scout players and how everybody else is trying to catch up with Brighton and the systems that they brought in. So when I see Arsenal in for Calafiori, we can all take the piss and say, oh, nobody even knew who he was, but Arsenal will know who he was. He will have been on their radar for a while. So yeah, I think we can banter a little bit and say Calafiori, oh, he's done well in the Euros and Arsenal want to buy him. I mean, this genuinely did used to happen. After the 94 World Cup, everybody tried to buy everybody from the Premier League who played well in there. So, but no, Arsenal will know who he's about. Look, I haven't seen loads of him. If I look at the Euros, I've seen loads of him. If I talk about Bologna, I haven't seen much of him. But look, Cannavaro used to play brilliant for Italy. I'd have signed him, but I knew a lot more about Cannavaro. Brilliant centre-back. Can Calafiori come into England and do well for Arsenal if and when they get that deal done? And I think they will. I think Arsenal have made the, you know, there's enough people talking about it that they will get it done. I think he comes in with no pressure anyway. I mean, Arsenal have tried a lot of centre-backs over the years, and they've landed on Gabriel and Saliba, and it's worked, but they've had a lot of mistakes. They've had a lot of average ones, and I think Calafiori would come in and, you know, maybe it'd be a rip-roaring success. Maybe it'd be a bit of a middle-of-the-road signing, but I think that it's an intelligent signing of a player that you would normally expect to go from Bologna to Juventus or Bologna to AC Milan. A lot of Italian players don't actually leave Italy; they stay there. So I think it's an intelligent signing. I think the big thing is realistically the expectation that comes with a signing like this. There'll be a lot of excitement. There'll be a lot of expectation. There aren't actually that many Italian defenders that have come to the Premier League and done well. There's probably not that many Italian defenders that have come to the Premier League. So yeah, I think it's I think it's going to be a good signing for Arsenal. Well, I don't know what I'm saying there. I think it's going to be a good signing for Arsenal. What I meant to say was I think it's a good transfer for Arsenal in relation to the price, about 44 million, in relation to the age, in relation to the talent. There's a lot of work to come after that, and we're getting this with Man United at the moment, where people are talking about, you know, if we get Xerxes, we get De Ligt, we get Agate, we're going to cook. We're not going to cook. We've still got a lot of problems. It's going to take time, and I think Calafiori would be a signing like that for Arsenal, where very exciting. And Arsenal do need to pad out their squad a bit. You know, not every signing has to necessarily go in and dislodge Declan Rice or Saka or Havertz. You know, they do need to have what Man City have got, which is an 18, 19 core of players that you can put it, you know, they've got it with Trossard. Like, does Trossard start or Martinelli? Well, you've got two really good players there. They need to bring a striker in as well. But nice to talk about transfers, and I think it's an interesting signing if they get it over the line. Obviously, Chelsea are floating around a little bit, that one, but I mean, Chelsea do need to sign centre-backs, but then they bought a lot of centre-backs. So, and I think Arsenal would be the preference for Calafiori for a number of reasons. Where Chelsea probably do come in, though, is Diego Costa, the goalkeeper, or Diego Costa. Brilliant in the Euros. Obviously, 3 penalty saves in a row is always going to get you the headlines. But this is a goalkeeper that Man United were considering, and they got an honour. Very, very good goalkeeper, very good sweeper-keeper goalkeeper, very good modern goalkeeper, very good shot-stopper goalkeeper. I think it's time this player came to the Premier League, and I actually thought he might be heading towards Man City because Ederson is apparently going to go to Saudi Arabia. It feels like Ederson's run his course at Man City. I mean, I think even he looks like he needs a change, and Man City would get good money again. And yes, they've got Ortega, so they might not do it, but the way Man City work, they may well go and get Costa from Man City and just say, you two fight it out again. But Chelsea, goalkeeper, I mean, again, it's not Chelsea haven't really ever solved their goalkeeper problems. And you look at Arsenal, they've got Raya, and you look at Liverpool, they've got Alisson, and you look at Man City, they had Ederson, they may well go Ortega. Chelsea need to stabilise that goalkeeping position, and I would love to see Costa in the Premier League. And people always find this weird, but I do say it every year. That's football, is not the United stand, but also beyond that, when I don't watch Man United, I don't not watch Chelsea or Arsenal or things like that. I enjoy and love football, and I want the Premier League to be the best it can be, and I think that Costa, currently playing in the Portuguese league, needs to be playing in a more high-profile league, and it'd be great to see him in the Premier League. And you know, I think it's Chelsea would be a good fit there, and I know Chelsea get linked to everybody, but I think it would be a good fit. Finally, I just want to talk to you about this, make it a bit Eurocentric. No way, well, yes way, Anthony Taylor and Michael Oliver have been given quarter-final games in the Euros to officiate in. Am I missing something here? Like, it's bad enough that they officiate in the well, it's not just them. The Premier League is a joke when it comes to officiating. It makes you want to throw up. I can't wait for the new Premier League season to start, but then when I think about the officiating, it makes me want to be sick. I've watched the Euros. I think there's been so many good refereeing performances, and two of the worst were Michael Oliver and Anthony Taylor. I mean, Anthony Taylor did the Netherlands-France, where it should have been a goal for Simmons. And obviously, I think Oliver's done a couple now. One, of course, was the game where it was raining between, was it Germany and Denmark, and there was loads of stuff in that game, like the handball. I don't understand what UEFA are doing. Our referees are crap. They ruin football. Why are you giving them quarterfinals? And I'm actually very angry about it. There's only 4 quarterfinals, and 2 of them have got English referees. So UEFA actually think they're good. I mean, they're not going to referee the England game. I will be watching the other games, and them refereeing it makes it a worse occasion. And I'm English. There's no pride. I think in the past when we've had English referees, like, you go, oh, that's good for the Premier League. I don't want these people involved. They're bloody rubbish. But, you know, I don't know. I sometimes think in life there is a higher power going on, and it defies logic, and it's all about secret handshakes and stuff, because it makes no sense to me. There's been so many good referees in this tournament, and 2 of the worst referees get two of the quarterfinals. Madness. Get your comments in below. Anyway, lots to get in there. What are you thinking about Calafiori? Do you think Arsenal are right to go for a player like that? Do you think it's a bit Euros hype? Where would you like to see Costa go? And what do you think about the officials for the Euros? Let me know in the comments. Remember, the Euros are back tomorrow. Smash a like and subscribe. I'll speak to you on the next one.